friends, and welcome to How Do You Keep Well podcast. Here we'll be sharing stories, scientific insights, and practical tips to inspire and motivate you to be the best version of your healthy self. I'm Dr. Jaye. I'll be your host, and I'll be cheering you on this exciting journey towards a happier, healthier, and meaningful life. Do me a favor, make sure you subscribe and you share any insights you learned from this episode with your friends and family. So together we can keep on keeping well. Let's dive straight into today's episode. Welcome to the first podcast episode of How Do You Keep Well in 2024. Yippee! We're kicking off the year with some high energy. I'm so excited. Let's dive in straight into the topic of today, which is quite a personal one for me, I must confess. Even though it's about focus, it's still a crucial element for everyone in achieving our well-being goals. So firstly, I would like to give a big shout out and heartfelt thank you to all my listeners. Your support, your messages, and your feedback keep the motivation alive. Here's to a happy, healthy, and meaningful 2024 for each one of you. So how many of you are feeling excited about starting fresh this new year? I guess it's a lot of mixed feelings. Am I right? For me, I feel very excited about this podcast and generally for 2024. I'm so grateful for the different ideas that keep dropping to me. And I'm feeling so good and ready to go. I must confess, I sometimes feel like I'm being bombarded with so many ideas and dreams and desires, or some new things I want to explore, and I often find myself daydreaming or sometimes mindlessly scrolling through social media and waking up still on the same spot. Does this ever happen to you? As we embark on this new year, it's natural to feel a mix of emotions. Sometimes it's anticipation, which can be positive, or maybe a positive energy, or maybe some excitement, or perhaps it's just a blank paper for you right now. Or maybe you feel a bit apprehensive. I get it. And sometimes with the frenzy of new ideas and possibilities, decision fatigue certainly can sneak in and leave us overwhelmed. Does that sound familiar to you? Well, to be honest, it happens to the best of us. We all set resolutions like becoming a better spouse, a better parent, or adopting some new healthy habits. But really, without a clear plan and, I dare say, accountability, these resolutions often fizzle out. Don't worry. If you need some help with planning, why don't you check out the previous episode, that's episode 8, on how to create your own personalized well-being plan for the new year. In today's episode, I'll guide you on how to stay engaged and succeed with your health plans for 2024. Why don't you stick around for some valuable tips to kickstart a healthier year, particularly if you're struggling to begin? I will start by sharing an interesting but quite relatable story I received on my email. And it was titled, "I Don't Have Enough Time to Live My Own Life." And this resonated deeply within me. The writer went on to describe how she was minding her own business at the start of the new year, how you flick the TV on for some entertainment, some celebrity news, maybe. Yes, on New Year's Day. Anyway, what was she expecting? Instead, all she got was all sorts of advice about how to live her life better. Advice ranging from how to become healthier, wealthier, or how to have the perfect home, or caring for the garden, or perhaps living your purpose or starting a new business. She said she just felt completely defeated, even without starting. It was endless, the information on how to improve her life for the new year. And simply, she just felt completely overwhelmed. All she wanted to do was going to serve. And of course, there was more advice for that. To be honest, our world is full of unsolicited advice here and there. Everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, there's somebody somewhere bombarding us with something or the other. Maybe with a bit of a little guilt, maybe this podcast as well. I don't know. It is constant. Here is where we need to be cautious. It's easy to lose focus on our individual paths. The real challenge is to stay focused on our unique journey. And in the spirit of new beginnings, I encourage you to dig deep into who you want to be in 2024 and why you want to be that person. May I suggest that we focus on being, that is just being, like we are human beings, be. Sometimes we get lost in the doing this, doing that, our to-do list, our not to-do list. So, for example, if you, for instance, said in your New Year resolution you want to become a better spouse, maybe you need to be asking yourself, why do you want to be that person? Do you think the answer is straightforward for you? The process of thinking about why you want to be that person can be quite deep. It might require you channeling your energy, and here is where the connection is for starting fresh this year. May I propose this powerful approach to you? Choosing one word. Yes, one word to guide your year. This might sound challenging as it was for me, but trust me, it works. I hope this episode inspires you to choose your word for 2024. So how does that link? Okay, let me tell you a tiny little story about myself. When I sat down thinking about this year, of course, I had several words and I had several ideas and I had all these different pillars that I wanted to really engage in. But there wasn't anything tying them up together, and everything just felt like 5 or 10 or 20 different things I needed to get done this year. So really, it was a difficult process for me to go through to actually sit down and think about 2024. I had several words that could potentially be my one word for 2024. But the more I thought about it, one word kept popping into my mind, and that was focus. And the longer I meditated on this word, I could see how it linked with my other things or desires I had for 2024. So for my one word for 2024, it is focus. I personally have experienced firsthand how dedicating an entire year to one word can bring clarity and drive sustainable change. It may feel unnatural initially, but stay with it, and you will certainly see the transformative effects. Now it's your turn. Pick a word that resonates with who you want to become. It could be related to consistency, abundance, trust, fearlessness, yes, or any other words that holds personal significance to you. I can assure you no word is odd. It's special for you. Well, if you need some more inspiration about this, check the notes in the link or drop me an email as well. My email address will be in the link. So here are 3 steps to help you pick your one word. First of all, think of the person you want to be. For instance, you want to become a better spouse, you want to be healthier, you want to eat more healthy, you want to feel fit. List out all the characteristics of that person. And you know what? I like living life simply. Even if it's a mental list, try to do it, list it out in your head. Personally, for me, I like writing things. So make a list of all the characteristics of that person. Now simply pick one word that resonates with you deeply. Just one word. I know it might be tough, but you can do this. You can then use your word across several different aspects of your well-being. So for instance, I like this spices framework. Spices. Well, my older daughter helped me choose or helped me form this acrostic, and it has come in really handy. So S stands for spiritual well-being, your spiritual well-being. P for your physical well-being. I for your intellectual well-being. And I put a secret one there, C. C is your choice of any other framework, of any other well-being pillar that you would like. So it could be your finances, or it could be something else that really resonates with you. So C stands for your choice. E is for your emotional well-being, and S is for your social well-being. Use your word across these different aspects of well-being and then slowly build it up. If you're still struggling for ideas on how to start being healthy, I have a number of tips and suggestions for you over the next coming months. Some of my guests have come up with some interesting tips on how they keep well too. And you can also look out for our next episode. Here are my top 5 suggestions to keep you intentional about your physical well-being in 2024. The first one is you could adopt the 2/3, 1/3 plate principle for at least 5 meals a week. That means at least 2/3 of your plate will be filled with healthy, weight-promoting plant foods. The second idea this week is you could start by adding 5 to 10 minutes or 500 to 1,000 brisk steps to keep you active. Third suggestion is at each meal, you can eat at least 1 serving of colorful vegetables or fruits. Number 4, by the end of the week, I would replace sitting time with 5 to 10 minutes of activity. And the 5th suggestion I have for you, I will swap sugary drinks with water, tea, coffee, or milk when I'm at home or in the office. Choose what works for you. Remember, building a foundation for a successful year starts with a deep connection to your true self. Focus on your vision, build a system around it, and hold yourself accountable, even if it means glancing at your one word on your device. Watch yourself as you gain momentum throughout 2024 and make yourself proud. Thank you for listening today. I would like you to save this episode for reference and share it with any of your friends or family or any fellow well-being enthusiasts. Thank you for tuning in, and yes, to keeping well in 2024.